Good morning and welcome, my rebels, to our early morning intuitive guidance for this fine Sunday. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, and a little bit stiff today. We had a massive snowfall yesterday that wasn't necessarily overly predicted. They were saying 1 to 6 inches, I think, and I think we got close to a foot. So everything is hurting today. My hands, my back, the whole thing. It was a good workout though. My lungs really got cleared out. Good morning to whomever has popped on. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. We have yet another card deck today that we haven't seen in a while, and a message that dovetails with what we've already been working on. Good morning to Gwen's here. Awesome. Glad you're here. And Peggy, good morning, good morning. Glad you're here. This bright early morning. Well, it isn't bright out there yet. So I took TJ for a walk over at the school. The only thing cleared out was the sidewalk. None of the paths, none of the doorways, nothing. So someone's going to show up tomorrow to open the school up and get a very unpleasant surprise. Unless they go over today to kind of start clearing things up, because it's a lot of snow. And then it was warm, so it began to melt. And now it's cold, and it froze into a rock. So you don't want to kick it to try to get anything out of your way, because you're going to break a toe. Good morning, Cindy. Glad you are here. Storming in Georgia. Okay. Yes, weather. And again, because of the global warming stuff, we're going to be continuing to see more extreme weather. I mean, Mississippi and Alabama kind of got pounded. So good morning, Lucy. Welcome. Glad you are here. So this is a Divine Feminine card, a very lovely Divine Feminine card. So I'm going to suppose it's storm here. Okay, hold on to your butts, because it wasn't. When I took TJ for his walk yesterday, there was nothing on the ground. There were a few little snow berms left over from plowing, but there was nothing on the ground. Within like 2 hours, we had 4 inches already, and it just kept going. Couldn't see anything, and so like the tops of the vehicles had this much snow on, and clear off as much as you can, but when you're short and it's a tall vehicle, you can't get the stuff in the middle, and then when you hit the brakes, it slides forward and down your windshield, and the wipers won't work anymore. So then you have to stop and clear everything off, and away you go. Thank you for the sunshine. I think it's supposed to be pretty warm today, so a bunch of this will melt, so a bunch of people are going to have wet basements probably, but on we go, because we are practical rebels and we can deal with hard stuff. Good morning, Lisa. Glad you are here. So our card deck today is the Ascended Masters deck, and again, Doreen Virtue has kind of stepped away from her whole body of work, so I typically don't reference her with regard to her card decks anymore. She wants nothing to do with her card decks, which is certainly her prerogative. But I think this card deck is a beautiful work. And we have today, our card is Meditate. Meditate. And there's Siddhartha. And if you've never read the book, I think it might even be aimed for like youth, called Siddhartha. It's a very good book because it talks about the path to Buddhahood. So what I'd like to do is we're going to do a little meditative practice today. I'll read the card first, then we'll do a little meditative practice, and then I may read the card again. We shall see. So just for now, a couple of nice deep breaths. Opening your heart to receiving. Letting your mind go as quiet as it's willing to go. And when thoughts do come in, just allowing them to drift on through. Kind of like clouds drifting across the sky. Siddhartha Gautama Buddha. This card is a call for you to meditate regularly. Your path, body, and soul are asking for quiet time to reflect, think, and receive insights. Even a small amount of time devoted to daily meditation will bring you great gifts. You don't necessarily need any formal training in meditation. It's simply a matter of sitting quietly, closing your eyes, breathing, and listening. Additional meanings for this card: be still and listen. We're going to do that in a moment. You need some alone time. Be honest with yourself. Join a meditation group or take a meditation class. Listen to a meditation CD. So one of my things that I always tell my coaching clients is get Insight Timer. It's INSIGHT. Insight Timer on your phone. It's free, and it has a host of different things. There's some programs that are paid, but there's a lot of free stuff, and you can favorite things, so you begin to create a library. I have some wonderful drumming that's good for shamanic journeying. I have some quiet meditative music. I have one that has subliminal messages in it. There's a host of things you can add to your playlist on there. Good morning, Carolyn. Welcome, welcome. And then you always have it accessible, because how many of us are not in the vicinity of our phone very often, right? So that's an opportunity to practice some meditation. So first it tells a little bit about his story. Siddhartha Gautama devoted his life to finding an end to suffering. He renounced his family's wealth and tried several spiritual paths, including asceticism, in his quest for spiritual growth. He finally had insight that moderation, or the middle way, was the path to enlightenment. He also demonstrated the benefits and importance of meditation, and many of his insights occurred as he meditated beneath the Bodhi tree. Call upon Siddhartha Gautama for help in developing your meditation practice, to practice moderation, and to overcome any form of suffering. So that's certainly an ascended master that can be relevant to our path in life and our spiritual path. So what I'd like to do with all of us today is I just want you to close your eyes, not if you're driving, but just close your eyes and take some nice deep belly breaths, just allowing your breath to fall into a nice natural rhythm, a quiet rhythm, a rhythm that opens you to go within. And I want you to imagine, once you're in your safe place within, that there's a flame there. Might be a candle flame, might be a bonfire, whatever kind of a flame you choose. And I want you to just find a comfortable place to sit there. And I want you to stare at that flame. Just watch it. Breathing deeply. Allowing your mind to wander. Not focusing on thought, just focusing on the breath and the flame. And listening deeply. Not in pursuit of wisdom, but in allowing. Again, this is the divine feminine operating here. Being receptive. What comes to you? Don't have to pursue anything, you just allow it to come to you. Breathe. Receive. Breathe. Receive. Breathe. Receive. Maybe another minute yet. Just attending to whatever you notice. Following the breath. And one more nice deep breath, filling your lungs to capacity, holding briefly, and then releasing. And then you can open your eyes. Congratulations, you just meditated. All of those who say, I'm no good at meditating, blah, blah, you just did it. You just did it. That's all that's to it. You can do that with an actual candle flame. Light a candle and just sit and stare at it for a few minutes. Again, it doesn't have to be hours and hours and hours, and you don't have to move into this state of bliss. You're just showing up for yourself. You're just being. Good, 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 good. And the flame tends to be helpful for a lot of people because we're so vision-based, and it gives you something to do while you're being. Yeah, my friend Bobby Silverstone taught me that one, and I found it very helpful, very helpful. So just take some little pockets of time here and there. Good morning, Mel. We just did a little meditation thing. Yay, meditation. Yes, 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 yes. And you can practice that. Maybe you set a timer. Maybe you set aside a certain amount of time. Maybe you do active meditation, a walking meditation. So what you can do for the walking meditation is you can pick a mantra. It could be anything. Om Mani Padme Hum. It could be So Hum. It could be, anything. It could be your name. Doesn't matter. But as you walk, at each footfall, something, fire or water to be helpful. Yes, yes, yes. Sit and stare at a waterfall, stare at a river. Good morning, Diane. There's our river girl. But just taking a few moments here and there during the course of your day to meditate, because our days do get kind of swallowed up in the divine masculine of doing, doing, doing. And this allows in some balance for that divine feminine of being, being, being. So that is our card. Meditate. Meditate. And we just did a little meditation, didn't take any time, didn't have to have any fancy gear or anything. You can just do that. And what it allows for is the wise part of you, the creative part of you, the part of you that's connected to the divine, to spirit, to have some airtime, if you want to call it that. And again, you may just sit there and hear crickets. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to, this isn't about the doing of meditation. This is about the being in meditation. All right? So, I got a little hit this morning as I was brushing my teeth that wanted to throw something out to all of you and see if you have any ideas for me. I'm moving my business stuff into, and some of you probably, if you're on my mailing list, got my invitation for a one-shot 12-session package, because I don't typically do 12 session. I usually have a 3 session and an 8 session, which I'm doing my birthday special on those too. But now I came up with this idea for a 12 session, because some people like to do once a month, and that would get them the whole year. Or if people like to do once a week, it gets them through a whole quarter. So I just put that out there. So if you're interested, I have to get it on the Facebook page yet. I just sent out the emails so far, but I want to get it on the Facebook page, and probably I'll create an event on my website also. That can be what I focus on today, since it's going to be a melty, messy day out there. Poor TJ, we went down the driveway and there's a berm of ice at the end of the driveway and then flat ice after. Well, he jumps over the berm, hits the flat ice, and whoops, there he is. But he scrambled back up and didn't seem any worse for the wear. I don't know about the rest of you, but now when I see anybody or anything hitting the ground, I'm like, oh, and I hurt. I don't bounce like I used to. So, meditation. Take some time today to practice. Anyway, what I was wanting to ask you is, can you think of any things that you've thought, geez, I wish Bonnie would talk about that or address that or focus on that? Or it can be a topic, it can be a method, it can be all kinds of stuff. Yes, poor TJ. He just kind of shook it off and away he went. But if you have any ideas for me, things that you feel like you're ripe to learn or you're ready to experience, trot them out and we'll see what flows from there. So I've got so many irons in the fire right now with the intentional community stuff and the coaching program I joined. So today is a first call between myself and 3 young people who are interested in us having our own little support group, be accountability buddies for the things that we want to accomplish. I think one person's in Colorado, one's in Oregon, and the other one's in Texas. So, good morning, Helen. Glad you are here. We are just about done, but I'll post it right away so you can go back and watch the replay. We did this wonderful little short meditation on staring at a candle flame. So, y'all have an awesome Sunday. I will see you again tomorrow. And remember, you are capable of far, far, far more than you think you are. Have a great day. Bye-bye.